Hey everyone, and welcome to Be Real with Lav podcast. I'm your host, Lav, and we have our co-host with us, Chanel.
Hey guys, how's everyone? Hope you guys are doing well.
Well, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you had a good weekend. So, we're going to just jump right in here. We have another exciting episode for you, and it is called When a Man Asks a Woman What She Brings to the Table. Yeah, so we're going to jump right in, guys. And, if you guys have any comments, you can always post your comments on our Instagram,
Yes.
right? And you can also follow us there. And don't forget that we're on Apple Podcast and Spotify,
Yes.
or wherever you listen to your podcast, guys. So stick around and let's do this.
So when you hear men ask women, especially if they're going on a date or if it's just a one-on-one conversation,
Yeah.
and they ask, so what do you bring to the table? If me and you were to be in a relationship, a serious relationship, what is it that you bring to the table? Like,
What is it that I bring to the table? So a man is asking me, what is it that I can bring to the table? Number one, I'm going to take a good look at him to really go back in my brain just to make sure I'm hearing the right question. That's a wrong move.
Yeah.
You don't ask a woman what she brings to the table, because for me, personally speaking, and for those of you out there, maybe some might disagree with me and maybe some might agree. It's like you are selfish.
Yeah.
And you have a hidden agenda.
Yeah.
Because why are you so up on wanting to know what I bring to the table?
Yeah.
Right? Do you have a table?
Yeah.
Do you have a table for me to bring anything to? Like, what do you have?
That's my question too. It's like,
right?
What is it that you have? Why don't you explain yourself to the woman that you're interested in, and tell her what you can do for her?
Yeah.
Right?
Like, how do you view a relationship?
Yeah.
Like a real healthy relationship. You come asking me what I bring to the table, I'm going to turn to you and say, do you have a table? Do you have a table?
Do you have legs that you can stand up strong?
Yeah. Like, what do you have in life for you to come to me and ask me that? I just think you're just up to something.
Yeah.
Like, you're
does
looking
your energy
for
match mine? Like,
yeah.
does whatever you have on your table, does it match what I can bring to the table?
Yeah. And
right?
I just think you're looking for something. You're looking for that woman where you can probably try to manipulate or, okay, so you're going to ask me that. So what if I said there's nothing much I have to offer? I work hard and that's it. There's nothing much I have to offer. Let the chips fall where they may. Now, what are you going to say?
Exactly. Oh, she's not the one for me. She has nothing. So some of these men who are asking those questions don't even have substance to them.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
They don't have anything to offer.
No.
They're looking for a one-up. Like, for example, my friend, she was talking to this man and he asked her within a couple months if she can put her name in a car for him. Right? And before this, he was acting like he could do things for her, make her happy. But to come to it, it's a disaster right now. Because he's acting needy. He's acting like he wants things done for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, like, when you ask a woman that question, it's like, what are you up to? It's like, what is it that you want to know? You want to know enough that where you can play on her feelings?
Yeah, and it's like
what she has.
Exactly. They want, and to me, it's like you want to find out, like, for financial situation.
Yes.
Right? That's a big one, especially in the world in the kind of society and what's going on in this era. It's all about money, right? And if a man can be with a woman or dating a woman and he can, that's like you're scoping out the person, asking what can you bring to the table. And let's say she opens up to him and say, well, I have $250,000 saved in my account. I get paid $30 an hour. And, I bought my own home. And so, I have my savings and I have an investment there and da. What do you think's going to happen?
Exactly. Exactly.
So this is what I can bring to the table. Like, I got savings, I got money, and I got investment. We can be together and, notice no question was asked of what can you bring to the table to match what I have.
Yeah. Or they'll come off like really snobby. I can bring everything.
Yeah. those kind of stupid answers.
like-
Okay, what is everything? What is everything?
Right, right.
Explain to me, what is your everything? What?
Exactly.
2 carry-ons of clothing,
Yeah.
name brand shoes,
Yeah.
and what? And
Drama
sex
and sex
and drama,
Yeah.
right?
That's their bringing. That's what they mean, bringing to the table.
I just think it's a rude question. And I think it's none of your business what's going to be coming to the table, because you probably don't even have a goddamn table,
Enough of them don't.
right? And that's a wrong move for you to ask a woman.
To our listeners, what do you guys think about that question? For all the men and the women out there, if you're going on a date or if you're getting to know somebody, they ask you that question. How would you answer that? Like, how would you feel?
Yeah, post your comments down below, guys, because really and truly, you have some people who probably don't mind, some women who probably don't mind, and you have a lot of women that think it's somewhat rude. And how dare you coming to me and asking me what do I have to bring to the table?
Yeah.
Some of these guys, when they're asking those questions, they don't own shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Hands down.
They don't, right?
Down.
So if they can get a woman that has stability,
to strengthen them when they're down, and then when they get enough strength, you see them slowly drift and start acting differently.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So it's a kind of like a sneaky question.
Yeah,
to
they
ask.
wanted to. It's almost they want to find out what type of woman is this, right? So really, you can't. It's just not a question that you would ask if you want to start off on a good foot.
And also, sometimes it can be just to ask those questions just to see how this person is. Before it gets really, really serious, because then again, you're still trying to get to know the person, right? You don't want to make any mistakes where you're going to be living with like lifetime regrets.
Yeah, well,
right?
But it's like asking that question, when you really look at it, it's like you said, you want to find out what kind of woman she is or whatever. So what? If she can cook, if she can clean, and all that, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you want to question her integrity, if she's honest or something. But how are you going to know that if you don't take your time personally and know the person, right? Like you could be dating somebody for 3-4 months and they ask you that question. What?
Exactly.
Why are you asking me that question?
Exactly.
Exactly. So for me, it's really getting to know the person, see their qualities and stuff like that. Their character.
Most importantly, how do they react when they're mad at you? How do they deal
Can
with
they handle a strong conversation?
Yes. What's their communication skills? Things like that. I think that's more important too. But if it's a question that you're asking, like, what do you bring to the table to gain financial gain? Then that's an issue for me.
So okay. So as us women, so what? With this question, there's so much different opinions, right? And so when you look at that question, and if you were to ask, if a guy was to ask you that question, right? How, like myself, I would take a little offense to it. To say that, okay, what do you mean by what do I bring to the table? What do you have? Do you have a table for me to bring anything to? That's number one.
Yes.
Number two, why would you ask me that question? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for something? What are you looking for? Are you looking to see if I can cook, if I love to spend money?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Right? So as us women, we would ask ourselves that then. I'm in a relationship. This guy's pretty decent. Things are going, good so far. What do I have to offer in this relationship?
Yeah.
We as women, we tend to ask ourselves, like, what would I offer in this relationship? If this thing continues the way it is, very, I'm comfortable, he makes me feel happy, but just the little things that he does, that's kind of a different kind of, but when you're going to go at me and tell me if you go to a guy and go, what do you have to bring to the table? Half of them won't even know how to answer that question.
No.
You know what I mean?
That is true. They get offended.
They
won't answer. They come up with a snobby comment.
Or they could say, like you said, everything. I can give you
They're
everything.
not going to details.
No.
Money's not an issue.
Yeah.
Like what's only about money. It's not about only about money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is so
That's
true.
and some of them are very immature. Some of them can be very ignorant as well.
Yeah.
Right, which is a big turn off.
It is a turn off because they can't have a solid conversation.
No.
They cannot. So we say to ourselves, like, should it be a question you should ask your partner? Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should it really be a question you should ask? Right? So it's
I mean, it's to each their own. But me personally, it's like, why? Get to know me first. Get to know me first before even asking that. You know, let me see what you're all about. See what I'm all about. Yeah. And then. Yeah. But if it's a question like you're gonna ask me that question just to gain financial gain, that's not happening.
And some people disagree and some people agree. You know, like I was reading this thing on Quora, and it says, yes, and she should be asking the same. Some women want to be stay at home, and some men expect their wives to go out and help earn money. Some men are perfectly happy with their low-level job that pays the bills, and some women want their husband to achieve more. Knowing what your prospective partner expects in the long run is just doing your due diligence, right? It would be far worse to get married and then divorce years down the line. It's expensive, messy, and usually causes poverty on both sides. Well, I understand what this person is saying, but at the same time, even if you were to ask that and you get married and things are going good for the next 5-10 years, something in that marriage or relationship breaks down. And then one person is not happy and they want out.
Oh, yeah.
So you asking me that is not going to make, if you were to marry me, everything is just going to go great.
True.
Because you asked me that now. So, okay, now you know what I want. Now I know, now you know what I can bring to the table. So we're all going to get married and we're going to live happily ever after. Bull.
You're right.
Bull.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
So some people saying, yeah, because, you know, at least there's expectation and, you know, this, that. No, that's not going to make, that's not what makes up a good marriage or relationship.
Yes.
And as I said, I think that's starting off on a bad foot.
That's why I said it's really important to get to know the person, because a lot of people have a hidden agenda. And in today's society, especially in my generation, there's people out there that are just ready to take anything that they can get from somebody that they say that they like. Whether that's financial gain, security, you know, money, all of that.
Yeah.
They see they can suck you dry.
Yeah.
So today's generation, to now, you got to be really careful.
And that's why there's a thing called choice. You can choose to answer the question and give him the wrong signals, right? Or you choose to tell him straight up like it is that you don't think that question, they should be asking you that question, right? And you can challenge the question and say, what do you have to bring?
Yes. Some of them don't even have legs at their table.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have nothing. They have no substance. They have nothing to them, right?
And it's unfortunate because a lot of guys, there's guys out there that are still, you know, pretty decent.
Yeah.
And they don't even ask that question. You know, but you have a lot of guys out there that, you know, are very cocky and would come boldly and ask you that question as if to say that, you know what, you can't match up to him. So he's just checking to see,
exactly,
you know,
exactly.
If you can match up to him.
Exactly.
So guys, what do you guys think? Do you think that it's a good thing if a man asks a woman, what does she bring to the table? You know, how do you view that question, right? Do you think that question is a question like, you know, her questioning her integrity, you know, like I said, if she can cook, if she can clean, right? If she has money, you know, how stable is she? Because men try to check those things out because they don't want a woman to be leaning on them to ask them to help pay their bills or anything. So what do you think? You know, so
yeah. What's your feedback? To the ladies, what do you think? Do you feel the same way? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Just post your comments below, you know. But at the end of the day, you know your self-worth. You know what you can offer in a relationship, right? And you know what you're expecting, like the kind of guy man that you're looking for and his qualities and, you know, his skills and stuff like that, his mindset,
his character,
and his character, right?
How does he handle certain situations when you disagree with something with him, or how does she react to certain things that you may not agree with, right? Yeah, those are important too to know.
Yeah, you got that right. But I was reading something on this Medium, it's called, and it says, as a man, this question says you're broke, unstable, and looking for a provider. You approach that woman because something about them attracted them to you, their personality or their physique or the feeling of safety you felt after spending time with them. You might have seen their career and interest on their dating profile, or maybe ask what they did for a living. The bottom line is you had an inkling of their career field before you met them, or at least after the first date.
Yes.
And this is a man that's writing this article.
Right? And that's his opinion.
And that's his opinion.
See?
Right? So that question, it raises eyebrows.
It does. It's like a little sneaky...
Yeah.
A sneaky question, because you want to see what they're all about, what you can gain. Like I said, like financial gain.
Yeah.
Like what is it that you can do to get what you want and then leave?
Yeah, and it's just, it ruffles feathers. It really does. It really ruffles feathers. But as I said, it's up to each individual. Maybe some women, they don't mind. They think, because the man is so interested in them, so they really want to get to know them better.
Yeah.
Depends on how you look at the question. But majority rules, because that question is just not the question to bring on a date.
Yes.
To ask a woman, right? I think it's a turn off, right? And, you should just be mindful.
I agree.
Of the questions that you do ask a woman, right?
I agree with that 100%. People are sensitive. People have past traumas, past situations that have happened to them. So that could be a trigger for them. I'm not going to get too deep into that.
Right.
But, just be very mindful of how you're asking and why you're asking that question.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So
everyone, we hope you enjoyed this episode. And thank you again for joining us here on Be Real with Lav. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah.
And as I said, we're also on Apple and Spotify, right? So you can check us out there or wherever you listen to your podcast. And remember, we're here every Tuesday. So thank you again and have yourself a wonderful week, guys.
Take care, guys. Thanks for listening.
Much love.
Please don't hesitate to send us an email or comment on our social media. Thanks, everyone.
Much love, everyone.